All right, and another edition of What Did He Do Wrong that I recently posted on my Instagram page at All Eyes DB Camp. We are going to talk about this route by Stefon Diggs against the Detroit Lions and what the defensive back did wrong in this video. Some of it obvious, others parts of it maybe not so obvious. One of my pet peeves when it comes to playing defense and defensive back is not knowing where your help is. You can make so many more plays as a defensive back just by knowing where your help is. So that's going to be the first thing we talk about in this video. This is clearly a zone, as you can see, cornerbacks looking inside, all right, and not necessarily in a strong position, just standing up here. Usually an indication of it being a zone, not a full indication. Sometimes guys will look inside to read the three-step when they are in man. But that's not the case in this particular clip, as we are going to see a linebacker buzzing out here to the flat and getting underneath number one, as is probably his responsibility as designed in this defense. And you can see it. It's a hard buzz out here. So, should an out be thrown or a comeback, this linebacker is in pretty good position to defend that. And so now Stefon Diggs comes off the ball hard. He's climbing here. Here we see the linebacker coming in. He's underneath an out route. He's underneath a comeback. He's in good position to affect that throw, if not intercept it. And sure enough, Stefon Diggs makes a pretty good move to the out. And what does the cornerback do? He bites. So right now we have two guys defending one area of the field. We have a linebacker underneath defending the out, and we have a cornerback that has bitten pretty hard on an out cut. And we have a cornerback and a linebacker right now both defending an out route. Never good when that happens. So one of two things happen here. A, this cornerback does not know the defense, and this is one of those things where he may know his responsibility, but he has no idea what anyone else's responsibility is on the field. And while some guys might think they're okay in just knowing their responsibility, I'm here to tell you that that's not true. And why this is not true is if you just know your responsibility, but you're not sure about what someone else is doing, and what the other responsibilities are of the guys around you, then you might fall for something like this. Because as Stefon Diggs makes his break right here, yeah, you know you have a deep third, but who has the out? I'm not sure. So I bite on an out move like this one. Had he known that this linebacker, as part of this defense, is going to buzz to this out, he could simply stay back off this out cut, yell out, 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 and just stay over the top of this route and not make this hard break off of this out move by Stefon Diggs. It's either that or he's fully aware that this linebacker is underneath here and he's just being a selfish defensive player that is just going to go make the play himself. And as a result, he got caught biting the cheese. And here we are with a linebacker in great position underneath doing his job, cornerback not doing his job. So that's problem number one. He does not either know that he has a guy underneath, or despite the fact that he knows a guy is underneath, he still decides to bite hard on the out route. That's the number one thing. Number two thing is this. Even off the out cut, let's say this linebacker was not here at all, and he may have in some way been responsible for this out cut. Let's talk about what went on with him, his footwork and everything else. He bites on the out, immediately looks into that backfield looking for the ball. He has not focused his eyes on this wide receiver, has not focused his eyes on Stefon Diggs to make sure of where he is. And then now, even after Stefon Diggs takes it back up, as you can see, cornerback's eyes still in the backfield. Hey, you've been fooled, okay? It's clear you've been fooled. Now you've got to plant your foot in the ground, turn your eyes to the wide receiver, and you got to run like all hell back to that wide receiver. And I don't have a full clip which includes the wide receiver catching the ball. And do believe me, I've seen the actual clip, and Stefon Diggs does catch this ball for a touchdown. Okay, so we're just going to talk about this right here because we all can pretty much figure out what took place after this. Stefon Diggs is wide open, has good hands, ball got to him, and he scored. So let's talk about the defensive back. Fooled on the outcut. When this happens, when you're fooled like this, on a double move, you've got to plant your foot in the ground and you've got to get vertical right now up the field. Immediately, plant your foot and get vertical up the field. You are protecting yourself and your team and your defense against the big play. Okay? What you're not going to do is take off and try to run this way at the wide receiver. Wide receiver's heading up the field. You've got to now turn and head up the field. If that route is broken off shorter for some reason or it veers left or right, you're going to have to adjust to that later. But you're fooled like this. You're in this position. Wide receiver's heading up the field. Your eyes and your body's facing this way. You've got to immediately turn and then get yourself up the field. And that's not exactly what happens on this clip. First of all, taking too many steps. Part of that is because his eyes are still looking in at the quarterback, checking to see if the quarterback's going to throw. Of course he is. It's Stefon Diggs, one of his primary targets, and he's wide open. He's definitely thrown to your guy. So let's eliminate the need for you to look and see if that's happening. It's happening, and you're getting a good view of it. His eyes should have snapped back as soon as Stefon Diggs made this break right here. As soon as he made that move, your eyes have got to turn right now up the field, and you've got to head straight up this way. And all that is if this guy is not there, which he clearly is. So you should have never been in that position to begin with. So multiple things wrong here, and it all results in a touchdown. You can't play selfish defense, guys, number one. Number two is when you're fooled on a double move, turn, get vertical up the field right now. As you get back there and defend your goal line, then you adjust left or right if the route takes it that way, or you come back down to a route that's broken off, try to make the tackle and give your team another chance. Okay, double moves are made for touchdowns and big plays. So the moment it happens to you and you're fooled like this, get your behind up the field and give yourself another chance, give your defense another chance to make a play and not give up the touchdown. All right, that's another edition of What Did He Do Wrong? I'm giving you the answers here. Thanks for watching and appreciate you being a member of the All Eyes DB Camp members area. All Eyes DB Camp, consistency breeds results.